So I got these things earlier this year. Actually, not earlier this year, late summer. Um, they were actually part of, I'll just say, a chef's pantry or freezer. And I was able to get a hold of these and I kept them frozen because I wanted them for specifically the keto diet. Now, I could eat this, I could bake this and eat this on its own. The marrow is wonderful, but I want to savor it for a long time. And Proof usually has bone marrow on the menu. So, I mean, I can go and have theirs. I want this to last for a while, so I'm gonna boil it down and make my beef bone soup. I'm making the broth right now. Okay, so when I started this, I thought I had everything I needed, which I wanted to have onions in this. But Mom cooked, so all I have is one shallot and some garlic cloves. I could add more garlic cloves if I wanted to, but I won't. This is Prosecco vinegar and lime juice because I'm out of lemon juice. And I am going to put this in a little bit at a time. And the meat part is going to go on the top because I'm going to take that out, shred it, and probably make cauliflower rice out of it. But this is where I'm going with this. Oh, I'm really lazy about what I do. Really lazy. So I'll add salt, pepper, turmeric, maybe some ferngulk. I'm gonna look that up and see if I want to do that or not. But yeah, I'm pretty lazy with what I do, so because I want to just do things quickly. There's more fun to be had outside of the kitchen. You know, it's a zen moment usually for me, but not right now. Not while I'm on a diet. This is the first time I'm doing this. I know most of you would have your carrots, your celery, blah, blah, blah. I just really want the collagen because they said it's better than Botox. And this is a Halloween transformation. Okay, I'm going to start by adding my shallot to my Dutch oven. I do have a top and I will be using it. Then I'm going to add these bones that still have the marrow in them. See? This is going to be awesome. They say you can cook this for up to 48 hours if you, if you take the meat off of the bones, which is why I'm going to stop in the middle and take the meat off. I'll probably eat that tomorrow. Okay, so now I'm going to put this meaty marrow in. And this. Now we have, haha. This is for my bone soup. Make sure everything is off of it that needs to be off of it. Like so. Okay, and then last, the Prosecco. Now I'm going to add salt, pepper, and turmeric like I said, and I'm going to look up and see if I want to add ferngulk. That's for my boobs. Yep. Putting something in here for my boobs. All right. That's it. Gotta turn this off. Okay, so these are dried fenugreek leaves. And then I have the ground seeds here. And I also added fennel seeds. Turmeric. I think I'm going to add paprika. Like I said, collagen is really good for your skin, and I just figured why not make it a powerhouse and take care of my boobs too. So fennel and fenugreek should do that, and I'm gonna, I'm gonna freeze some of this so that I'll have it for the whole month. Oh, and just a note, fenugreek, it can actually be bitter. So, but I've already put lime in it, and they said to use lime or lemon to brighten the taste. But it's in almost all Indian food that you get at a restaurant. So there you go. Okay, earlier, last night, I put bones in my bone soup. There's still marrow, a lot of marrow in this, but you can see the marrow. I'm gonna take the meat off of these bones and put them back in the soup because they need to cook longer. All right, bye. Okay, so this is the meat that's left off the bone. I'm gonna eat this right now because I'm starving and my bone soup is not ready. So it's gonna be in the oven for quite some time, like over 24 hours. Bye. So this is the finished product of my bone soup. There is fat on the top, and then you can see the gelatin is on the bottom, the broth. I am going to be freezing this, and then I'm going to make one of my fat bomb soups using this and some broth as a base. This is bone broth, but I'm not going to make the whole thing a bone broth soup. It will have mushrooms in it, probably duck fat. I'm really going to push hard this weekend on upping my fat intake and lowering my protein. But my bone broth soup is cooled and ready, and there's tons of fat and tons of, you can see the glistening. I'll actually start packaging this and I'll show you the bottom of the pan. Bye. As you can see, I broke up the fat. I'm packaging it in the small containers that I'm going to freeze of the beef bone, actually the bone broth soup. I left a few pieces of fat in it because keto is all about fat. You're supposed to have 70% to 80% fat. I haven't been doing that, but today is day 5, and as of tomorrow, as of like now, I will be getting most of my fat in. But I'm gonna freeze this. This can be frozen up to a year. It can stay in the refrigerator for 3 to 4 days, I think. It's probably longer than that, but people like to be careful. I am going to freeze most of this and then make my soup. So I have packaged my bone broth, and I have the fat that was on top. A lot of people skim it, but I keep it because you need it for a keto diet. I know my fat looks green. It's green for a reason. Bone broth is good for your hair and your skin and your nails and just your body as a whole. I added some, I can't even say it now, fenugreek to help with my boobs. I know I pronounced it right the first time, and I have like no carb brain right now, so I'm sorry. All right. Okay, so this is what I'm working with for my soup. It's gonna be a mushroom soup. I don't have any meat, so it will just be bone broth and mushroom soup. This is the bone broth I made. I'm gonna add some beef broth to it. It's fenugreek. That's what I was trying to say earlier. But that's the end of my bone soup and bone broth, and it will be made into a soup. The rest of it is going to be frozen.